Finding yourself a comfortable seat, knees lower than the hips. You may wish to put a cushion behind you. Roll the shoulders back, taking a deep breath in. We're going to rub the palms, creating the friction and energy, and place the thumbs at the sternum. Shoulders back, chest lifted. Going to take a big inhalation of breath in through the tummy, out through the nose, and again breathing in and out as we prepare to tune in with the Adi mantra Om Namo Gurudev Namo, which means I bow before the eternal wisdom within me. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Taking a big inhalation of breath in. Hold, suspend the breath, squeezing from the pelvic floor, navel to spine. Exhale when ready, resting the palms face up on the tops of the thighs. Just checking in with how you're feeling today. Bringing the palms together, pressing them into the sternum. Eyes remain closed. We're going to be doing a breath of fire. Now, if you are not familiar with this breath, it is a sharp staccato breath. And the easiest way to master it to begin with is to stick your tongue out like a dog and pant. And when you become more practiced at this and more comfortable, you may wish to close your mouth and do through the nose. Remember, just like your yoga practice, your breath work may change on any given day, depending what energy you may feel you have that day. If you are pregnant or menstruating, you may wish to avoid breath of fire. Continuing now. All yogas agree that doing this energizing breath works wonders for our digestive system, especially first thing in the morning. It's taking a big inhalation of breath. Hold, suspend, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the tummy in like you're squeezing a tube of toothpaste. Then exhale the breath out of the body, relaxing the palms on top of the thighs, facing up, back into Gyan mudra, index fingers to thumbs. With 3 fingers to your shoulders and the thumb to the back, elbows raised, we're going to be doing some twists. We're going to be inhaling left, exhaling right. These twists are amazing for our digestive system. Again, all forms of yoga would agree that this is great for your bowel health as well. Really energizing the system, creating that blood flow and energy within. Now you may wish to go fast or slow. Just make sure this is a nice flowing movement that isn't jolty. And also make sure to take your neck with you as well, so your neck is not being left in the center and your body rotating. Last few seconds here. Breathing in, hold, suspend the breath, hold for as long as comfortably possible. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze from the pelvic floor, tummy. Slight dip of the chin, then exhale, bringing the hands to rest on top of the thighs, finger to thumb in Gaya mudra. We're going to come into frogs now, and I'm going to show you another position in a moment for anyone who has problems with their knees. So we come onto the toes, and we're going to have like 40% of the weight going through the fingertips. We exhale up, and we inhale as we come back down again. Exhaling up, heels stay off the floor. Now, for anyone who has problems with their knees, this is a goddess pose. So we exhale as we bend. Inhale as we squat down into this wide leg stance. Now, you don't have to come too deep into this squat. Listen to how your body feels today. And we're going to start from here for those who are doing frog pose. Inhaling up, exhaling down. This move is fantastic. It's like an energy pump, sending that energy up the spine. Try to keep the heels off the floor. Pressure on the toes, pads of the feet and fingertips. Inhaling up, exhaling down. You may choose to keep your eyes open or closed, whatever feels right for you. And just stick with this. If your legs are starting to hurt, try and push through a little bit longer, but if you need to rest, take rest. And try and join us just for the last 10 seconds. Last few. So if you stop, try and come in now. Inhaling up, if you're in the frog position, exhaling down. Inhaling, bending over, and exhaling as you come into horse stance if you are doing the other version. On the last one, we're going to come up and we're going to inhale and we're going to hold the breath. So get ready. Last few here. Keep it going. You're doing really, really well. Breathing in. Just let the body dangle. And then we're going to slide our hands up just below the shins. Shoot the heart forward. Dip the chin. Exhale, bending the legs as we come down, around and up. Arms in the peripheral vision. Exhaling as we draw the hands down into prayer pose. Inhaling up, opening up, sliding the hands down the backs of the legs. Coming up to that halfway point, shooting the heart forward, dipping the chin into the chest, nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees. Come up and around. Inhaling. Exhale. Hands into prayer position at the sternum. Inhale, open. Exhaling, folding forwards. Sliding the hands down, around and up, halfway point. Chin into the chest. Exhale down. Stepping back, now we have two options here. You can come down onto your knees and you can come into a baby cobra, so activating the quads and the glutes to make sure you don't put strain on the back, hands by your shoulders, or you can come into plank pose, lower yourself to the floor and come into cobra. Remember to fire up the fronts of your legs and your glutes to protect your back, tucking the chin in. Exhale, we're going to push back into downward dog, splaying the fingers here. So really splay the fingers and really focus on creating length in the spine here. So we bend the legs, keep the legs bent and really push back. So we push those ears between the biceps, and then you may wish to pedal through the legs or remain static, whatever feels right for you today. really creating this sense of space, pushing away from the body, extending, getting a fantastic stretch all the way through the spine. And then we're going to step the feet forwards, bend the knees as we gently curl up through the spine, one vertebra at a time, into a standing position. We're going to be doing some twists here. So we're going to be taking a stance with our feet wider than shoulder width apart, arms out to the sides to begin with, palms facing the floor. We inhale in this position, and then we exhale. We're going to come over to the left foot. You can touch wherever's comfortable, so thigh, knee, shin, foot. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhale up, exhale down. Just keep an eye on your head and your neck and make sure that you're not doing any funny movements like trying to look up at the hand. Keep the focus in the direction of the spine. And if you feel any sensations of lightheadedness, then do feel free to put a stool or a chair where your legs are so you can tap the chair so you don't come all the way down, or perhaps restrict your movement so you're touching above the knee or wherever's comfortable for you. So as we go into these rotations now, let's go a little bit deeper into our practice, really focusing on the breath, exhaling down, big inhalation, exhale. Now you can go at whatever pace that you want to. I'm going to put in a 5-second hold here now. So exhaling as we come down, inhale up to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we inhale up, rotate. And I just want to draw attention to the somatic meaning of the legs here. So our left leg is all to do with our intentions in life. So when we're in this position, perhaps think about what it is that you intend to do today. The right leg is all to do with our motivation. So sometimes when we do these practices, we can find that one leg feels stronger than the other. One may feel weaker. And this is a fabulous way of actually checking in with yourself, seeing where you are at this point in your life. Is your motivation the same as your intention? Or do you have lots of intention and no motivation, which can be frustrating? We're now going to hold for 25 seconds each side. Long, deep breathing here as I fold over the left and then to the right. Again. Nice, slow and controlled movements. You may wish to build up to 25 seconds. Do what feels right for you today, as our energy is different on every given day. 1 minute now. Again, if you can't hold for this long, build up over a period of time and work with the energy that you have today. Long, deep breathing here. Coming up, going to rotate, go to the other side. So 1 minute now on the right hand side. So really homing in now if you wish to. Thinking about your stability and your trust in this life. Do you always find it easy to speak your truth? Or perhaps there are things that you are holding in because you feel like you need to protect yourself, giving yourself permission for this energy to flow, to feel comfortable. Bring the feet together. We're now going to inhale, come halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale up, hands overhead, nice big stretch. Exhale, hands into prayer position. Coming down onto the floor, we're just going to go into a 2-minute Shavasana. So really absorbing the energy from the movements we have just practiced, surrendering to the energy. As all absorbing and allowing this energy to go wherever it may need to today. Really giving yourself this sense of nurturing, nourishment, and this position, Shavasana, is perhaps one of the most grounding asanas. Our connection to Mother Earth, to self. And when you're ready, we're going to bring the knees into the chest. And if you feel comfortable to do so, do some rock and rolls here to massage through the spine, or you may wish to turn onto your left-hand side and ease yourself up as we all come back into downward facing dog, fingers splayed. Bend the knees deeply, push back through the arms, ears by the side of the biceps. Breathe deeply, stepping the feet forwards. Inhale, half lift, shoot the chest forward, chin into the chest. Exhale, folding down, bend the knees. Inhale, stretching down, around and up. Exhale as we bring the palms to center, that prayer position. Feet wider than hip width. We're now going to go into some luxurious bends. So really stretching up overhead, so extending. And as we stretch the arms overhead, we're going to hold for about 6 seconds or whatever's comfortable for you today. Make sure they feel luxurious, nurturing. Your eyes can be open or closed. It's completely up to you. Last few. Coming center. Inhaling, just acknowledging where you are. Now we're going to bring our arms out to the side, palms facing up. And we're going to be doing some twists here. So this is all from the torso. So if your legs are straight and you can feel your knees rotating, take a soft bend in the knees. And we're going to be inhaling at center, exhaling as we rotate, starting with the left first. Keep it going. Again, if you need to, take a deeper bend in those knees, making sure that this rotation is coming from your torso only. And again, working at a pace that suits you today. These don't need to be fast. If anything, breathe in, hold, suspend the breath, squeeze up from the pelvic floor, tummy. We're going to bring the hands overhead here. We're going to interlock the fingers. And we're just going to keep the legs bent here. Some big deep breaths. And we're just going to finish flushing the system with breath of fire like we did in the beginning. This is only for a very short amount of time. Bend into the legs, bend a little bit deeper if you can. Make sure the weight's going back into the heels, coccyx towards the floor. Pump the belly. As I say, it's only for a very short period of time. You can if preferred, pant like a dog. And when feel comfortable, through the nose, hold, breathe in and suspend the breath. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhaling, bring the hands down to the sides into prayer position and just taking a couple of seconds here to really check in with the quality of the energy in your body. How much different do you feel in this short space of time? Making your way back down onto the floor. We are now going into a longer Shavasana. Now this is part of the Kriya. So this isn't lying here doing nothing. This is the opportunity for you to really feel the effects of the Kriya. This sense of security, as if you were being cradled by Mother Earth, sinking into the floor, feeling deeply grounded, rooted to what is this beautiful earth. Taking this time now to connect to the breath. And if you find your mind wandering, that's okay. Try drawing focus to the breath by taking long, deep belly breaths. So in through the nose, if comfortable to do so. Filling the belly and exhaling fully. Inhaling. Exhaling. Just connecting to the breath. I like to think of the words Satnam, which means truth is my identity. I like to think Sat on the inhalation, Nam on the exhalation. Quite often we fail to take the time that we need to for ourselves. Always feeling like we need to be doing something, like we need to be getting on with something. Take this time to connect, to nourish to you. spend longer here if you can. If not, take a big deep stretch overhead. Taking a cat stretch, so bringing the knee into and crossing over the body of the arm stretched out overhead on the same side. And then we're going to rub the hands and the feet together, really waking up and energizing all these nerve endings. And I'm just doing a few very gentle circles on my back. I love the sensation of massaging the base of my spine into my coccyx. And I'm just going to do a few rolls here to massage over my spine. But by all means, take a turn to your left and gently push yourself up into a seated position. Do what feels right for you today. And then we're just going to come into a comfortable meditative seat, whatever that looks like for you. Just make sure that the knees are lower than the hips. And we're going to put hands together so we interlock 3 fingers and the pads of the thumbs touch and the fingertips touch. And we're going to place this in between the solar plexus and the heart chakra. Closing your eyes, gently rolling back the shoulders. Drawing focus now to the point between the 2 brows. Taking some nice deep breaths here to settle into this position. Feeling that connection, the polarity, the energy generated from just placing our hands into this mudra. And if you wish to join me, we are going to be saying the mantra Om, Ong, Nam, which connects the 3 brains, the Om, Ong, Nam, really connecting in here with the intuition of our gut brain and our heart brain and resonation to our head, creating this vibro frequency. So breathing in when you're ready. This is a long vowel mantra. Breathing in fully, exhaling. Inhaling to begin. Om, Ong, Na. Inhale. Om, Ong, Nam. 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 Big inhalation in. Hold, suspend the breath, squeezing from the rectum, pelvic floor, tummy in, holding the breath for as long as comfortably possible. Hands still in the same mudra. Exhaling when ready. Bringing the hands together in prayer position as we close out with a long sat, short nam. Breathing in, exhale fully. Inhale to begin. Sat. Nam, taking a bow forwards, allowing the blood to circulate. Gently coming up. Thank you so much for allowing me to spend this time with you. Blessings.